Hello, everyone. My name is Alia, and I'm International Head of Sales at Beekast. So welcome to this webinar to the Beginner's Guide to Unlocking the Power of Beekast. We're going to wait a few seconds at the time everyone joins the webinar. Great. So okay, well, everyone is getting logged into to this webinar. So the idea is that we'll be together for around 30 minutes. So I'm going to be showing you what Beecast is, the possible use cases of the tool for engaging your audience during the meetings, and then getting all of this done very, very easily with our user-friendly interface. So before showing this, I just want to make sure if you can all listen to me. So can you hear me well and can you see me? Okay, great. So let's go. Um, every time I run a webinar, I like to start with this activity, this icebreaking activity, which is a word cloud. So I'm going to invite you all to participate. So in order to connect, Clara, the sales marketing manager, is going to be with us today. She's going to be sharing you the link to join the Beacast session. So don't hesitate to click. You're going to be logged in directly, and then you can see directly the webinar to participate to the work cloud. So of course there's going to be a replay, so don't worry if you're missing the beginning. So to go on with the presentation, I see what are your expectations of today? Learn more. Okay. So yes, I'm going to be showing you a lot about the tool. To get to know the features. So we're going to be doing some use cases, but we'll also spend some time on the features at Beecast, activities. You're going to be participating to much more activities. Great. And well, this is great participation. Thanks. So I'm going to be showing you all of this in the next 30 minutes. And don't hesitate if you have any questions during the webinar. Clara, as I mentioned before, she will be able to answer you. So don't hesitate to use the chat directly on Livestorm. So let's go. So what is the agenda of today? To make it clearer, so we're going to be seeing how to create or craft your presentations at Beecast. With this, we're going to be able to see how can you boost interaction really during the meetings. We're going to speak about many different types of meetings that I'm sure you all do today, which will allow you to get the interaction, but also you as a let's say, running the meeting to be able to track the participation in real time thanks to some of the tools and features at Beecast. We're going to end up with a quick resume of why Beecast can help you to be more productive during your everyday meetings, whether with one person or with 10 or 20 or more. And of course, how can this be adapted to hybrid work or organizations, then face-to-face or in-person meetings, and of course with the fully remote organizations, which is really, really common for today. So let's go. For this, we propose today 15 activities at Beecast that we like to categorize in different, let's say, times of the meetings for different also objectives. So we just did, for example, the World Order to start our webinar, but it can also be used for starting or launching a meeting. But then again, we have some activities for brainstorming, so getting all the ideas together, getting some feedback getting some feedback at the end, for example, of your meetings. And also we propose some assessment or evaluation activities to, for example, move on with the training sessions or training meetings. Before we run into more activities, I wanted just to explain to you that today at Beecast, we like to, let's say, we call it the 3 golden steps. And what does it mean? It means that we can, in 3 different ways, launch a meeting, make sure that everyone gets engaged since the beginning with an icebreaker, maybe of directly of how they feel, but also directly on the topic. Then we have also some activities that, as I showed you earlier, and we're going to see later on, they will help you to make sure the objectives of the meeting are achieved and that the time is being optimized during the meeting with all the participations you are getting. And finally, some activities to get the feedback. So how can you make sure that when you finish the meeting, everyone is okay with what happened, but also you're making sure that for the next meeting, you're going to be as productive as possible with all the feedback that you receive. And to invite you then to participate, I wanted to add for this activity a survey activity. So here the idea is, for example, to, as an icebreaker again, you can ask the people on the room what are their mood before launching this meeting. What do I like about this activity is that, for example, this comes from one of the Beekast inspiration website models, so it's available directly on our website. What I like, or what it's nice about the weather report, is that it's super visual. You're not asking people directly to name a specific feeling, but rather to connect to the image that best describe their moods to run, for example, this meeting or this time together. So normally with internal communications, Beekast can be a great tool to get people's opinion, to know where people stand on certain subjects, and of course to launch polls and surveys very, very easy with the models that we propose today. So I see that some of your participations, okay. So for example, if we were launching a meeting and I see that for some people it's clear skies, so it's going great, so it's awesome. But then it will also allow me while I'm running the meeting to maybe speak, or maybe give the opportunity to speak to the person that is maybe responding sunny and cloudy. So are there blocking points, or is just personally it's not going very well? So it's really a moment to exchange with the audience before maybe running directly to the topic. And then again, you are engaging them because you are speaking about their answers directly with them. So it's a great activity to launch a meeting. So great, thank you for your participations. So we're going to move forward with another point on the agenda today, which I mentioned, which is how can you track your participant responses and, of course, the engagement during a Beekast meeting. Well, for today, the idea is that every participation at Beekast, it's live. Of course, there are different ways to let's say to moderate some of your activities. However, for example, in this case, or what we did earlier for the two activities, we are seeing all the responses on live, which is letting me the opportunity to speak with the audience, be reactive, but then again, get all the information detailed on a report after my meeting. So to move forward with other activities, what I liked to add in this case, it is a weekly meeting. So we mentioned earlier that there are many different types of meeting that we do at Beekast. In this case, let's speak about a weekly meeting. It can be sales, marketing team, a manager's meeting as well. So the idea of this type of activities is that you are able to send your ideas. So if you can see you could participate if you wish to. I decided to add some answers directly so you can get a visual idea of how it is. But then again, we are in a type of meeting where we are making sure with Beekast that everyone in the meeting is getting the same level of information, firstly. Secondly, we are able as well, if you can see, to start voting for the best ideas. In this case, I added a weekly meeting with the specific subjects, but we are able at Beekast, for example, to modify some of our ideas that we thought we were high priority subjects, then maybe to a secondary subject. So this is not only to brainstorm and get the same ideas together, but to also track and take decisions of while and at the end of a meeting. So I don't know if there are any questions on the chat, if we can move on with the activities. Great. Okay. So to make a quick recap of Beekast. So why to use it to make your meetings more productive? Before the meetings, because you will see, I'm going to be showing you the interface. This is something you wanted to see that you mentioned in the icebreaker. You're going to see the interface is very user friendly, and of course, as well, we provide a lot of support to use the tool, to start using it, and to start creating your first meetings with Beekast. So you're winning time on this, let's say, creation and adoption of the tool. During the meeting, as you could see directly, we are able to participate all at the same time, to gather the information at the same time. So it's letting us be proactive. But then again, we can, with the different features, take some decisions with the tool and win time for the end of the meeting. Finally, so what can we do after the meeting? It's something you're going to discover as well in a few minutes. So how can we download all of the results and export directly 3 different types of report that you will be able to send to the participants, but also to people that maybe were not able to attend. So the idea of this is to really be more productive, engage people that are going to be present on the meeting, and finally to invite them to use it maybe for later on. So we speak a lot about meetings, but just to make a quick review of Beekast, we don't only use it at meetings, we can use it as well at many different types of reunions. For example, to run webinars like we did today, where you as an audience, you participated with me, but also with congress or events directly on live, on face-to-face. It's also used a lot for training sessions, for example, for new colleagues onboarding, and for also schools that use Beekast for training. So really the idea is that you have a tool that is not going to be blocking you on the other way. It's going to be super flexible to adapt to all of the uses that you can do today, all of the types of meetings where you are with people. And the good news is that we are integrated with so many tools, video tools that normally you use today, whether it's Microsoft Teams, WebEx, or Zoom, and many more. The idea is to make it as simple as possible for the person who is leading the meeting, but as well for the participants. So all of these integrations available at Beekast. And now to show you the interface. So we're going to be seeing, as I mentioned, as I promised in the beginning, a very, very simple interface that it's going to be, let's say, your back office to create, to import your documents, and then to add all the activities that you can implement during your meetings with Beekast. And for this, I'm going to be, so now you are following me with my presentation, but I'm going to be sharing you for now my screen so you can see my back office where I have been running all of this meeting with you. I just want to make sure that you can see now my presentation. So my interface, great. Well, so welcome to the Beekast interface. Great, thanks. So if you could see on a first view or first side, the slide in the middle is the slide that you were seeing as a presentation earlier today, now. And on the left, I have a slider which includes, as let's say, PowerPoint really, all of my content, whether my content of information that I uploaded directly from Beekast, but also the activities that we just played. Okay, so this is letting me have really like a sequential way to guide or to run my meeting easily. And how can I do this? Well, I have a button just to add whether my activities. So as you saw, for example, the word cloud, I added directly from here. But then again, I can also upload the presentations that I worked previously or that I created, let's say on PowerPoint, or any other support that you want to or you wish to upload at Beekast. So with this, you are able to create the content. The idea is to have it in the same place. So you win time on the conception, on the creation of the presentation, but then again, also by the end of the meeting, you will be able to find everything in the same place as well. Another thing that it's super interesting that I mentioned also regarding the end of a meeting is your results. So everything that we have been playing today, all the activities, all the connections, all the participation is going to be, of course, visible on the real, let's say, activity as we saw it earlier, but also on the results tab, which is available for the administrator. So in this case, for me, at the end of this webinar or at the end of a meeting, I will be able to download a Word document, a PDF, or an Excel with all of the details of what has been said and done during our meeting. This is super time saver that personally we use it a lot in Beekast internally. Our clients use it as well, because at the end everything is directly available for you. And then of course we made it in an Excel and Word document, so you can add things or you can modify depending on what you would like to send. But once again, this is super time saver for the meetings. So coming back to the presentation, I would just like to show you once again that really we're focusing, let's say, on a PowerPoint interface to make it familiar to everyone, where the slides are on the left. I can also play with the organization of my content. So as you see, there are some slides of content, but then once again, I'm trying to interact with some activities, each 3 slides, 2 slides. So you can do as much as you want at Beekast. The idea is to give you all the flexibility in terms of use, but also in terms of imagination. You have all of our 15 activities available directly on different templates. And of course, beside everything that we give directly in the interface, is that we do have a lot of support that we will be helping you to use the tool. One of the things that I like the most of the support, of course, you can find many templates on the website. You can find a lot of webinars or even replays of our webinars, but we do have a Beekast Academy, and the Beekast Academy, it's a series of short videos to train you and form you, and to make sure that when you take Beekast, or somebody, let's say, of your team is deploying Beekast, you make sure they get a certification of a beginner's use of the tool. So it's really simple, it's flexible as well. You can do it when you want, and you will be able to start creating your effective and efficient meetings directly with Beekast. And to end up with this webinar for today, I'm going to come back to the presentation. So I'm just making sure it's okay. Normally it's good. I'm gonna end up with a closing activity or a feedback activity, as we saw earlier, and I'm gonna be asking you to complete a form if you wish to. For example, in this case, in this type of meeting, it's helping the person doing or running the webinar to get the feedback, to maybe know, depending on the comments, was it too long, was it too quick, and this will help the person leading the meeting or the webinar. Okay, next time, how can we do better? How can we also take the feedbacks of maybe some subjects that were not available today? So once again, here, this is an example of an event, let's say, or a webinar, but you can also do it in a meeting with 4, 5, 10 people, and it will always help you, firstly, to get the feedback, of course, of the people inside, but as well to improve the way you are running your meetings. So we really encourage you to try Beekast, to use it maybe for your next meeting. We're going to be sharing the replay directly available on our website, and of course you can create a free account and then test the tool with all of the resources available. So I'm going to just let a few seconds more for the survey, and then I'm going to be closing it so we can come back to the feedback. Okay, great. Well, thank you for your comments. Okay, somebody would like to try Beekast now. So you are able to create a free account. We're going to be maybe sharing this link as well with the replay, so you are able to to try the tool, you're able to create some activities with this. And then of course, I will be happy as well if somebody is interested to get a direct demo, or maybe just chat after the meeting, so we can see how can you use it on your following meetings. You love Beekast. This is great. um, okay, I'm happy to know it was clear. I know 30 minutes is very, very short and very fast. We don't have time, unfortunately, to see all of the tools and all of the activities that we propose, but we're going to be back with much more webinars, depending on, of course, also what are your needs, to showcase all of the activities and all the possibilities of Beekast. Pretty fast. Okay. Okay, this is very interesting. So yes, once again, I'm sorry, it was quite fast. I know for this type of tool, but we're going to be sharing more information regarding the templates. We do have templates, so if we still get a few minutes, I would like to show you this, and maybe of course we can create another webinar with this type of content. So if well, thank you once again, everyone, for your feedback. We're going to spend just the last few minutes, if you still have the time, to share you the templates that we propose. So if you see my screen again, yes, I think it's okay. Great. So as I mentioned earlier, we have the possibility to add activities at Beekast, which are templates that you can, of course, modify titles and add as much as information as you would like on each activity. We also propose the templates, which are available as well on the same tab for adding a slide. So the templates come from our website, Inspiration Beekast, where, of course, we will be sending the link as well. And the templates are available, and you can search them or you can select them depending on the objective of your meeting. Once again, we're speaking about meetings, but to give you an example of what we created earlier, or of one of the newest activities that we propose at Beekast, I'm gonna import uh, something that maybe you may all know, an activity to point in the image. So with one click, if you saw, I just imported this activity. This is an example maybe of an icebreaker activity that you could use to start or to launch a meeting. So we're not speaking directly about the subject of the meeting or the topic. We're just getting people to engage and to participate, let's say, on our meeting. So as you can see in the templates, we propose already, let's say, the explanation or the task of the activity. And then in this case, how does it work? Well, you are able to, for example, point or find Wally, in this case, Waldo, sorry, and then you're able to, let's say, exchange with the people that will be present on the meeting, regarding their answers and so on. So these templates are available, as once again, on our inspirations website at Beekast. And of course, if you would like to try the tool, they are also available on our templates at Beekast. So I see that most of you found it. I personally didn't find it before. Well, but thanks again for your participation. So there are many, many different ways to use it, but don't hesitate to try the tool. And of course, I will be very, very happy to exchange with you personally, or maybe meet directly, in order to show you more possibilities of the tool and to adapt it exactly to what you are looking for, to get by the end of your meetings. But I think we're going to be ending up with this. So thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. We're going to be sending the replay very soon, and I wish you all a great day. Thank you.